Tonight, please, 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 can someone listen to my daughter and son-in-law's dog, Charlie, as he seems to have a lot to say. The trouble is, we don't know what. Jean, we've got your letter.
Right, thank you.
What's the problem?
The problem is he just constantly barks. He needs attention all the time. You go in to see him, you can't have a conversation because he's barking all the time. And you come out and he nearly knocks the door down to try and get out after you.
Right.
But he just does, he barks all the time.
Constantly barks and very boisterous.
Yeah, and he comes out to our house and we look after him. And he's just the same.
Right. He's obviously very friendly, aren't you, Charlie? Very friendly, very boisterous. Which is fine if you like dogs.
Yes.
I was going to say, if you've got, you know, but if it, would he behave like this if he was just out? If you were taking him for a walk, would he jump up at people?
Yeah, he would, yeah.
He would?
Yeah.
So, Jean, if you actually get up to leave, what's his reaction then?
Well, he comes with you and he tries to get out. You've got a job to actually open the door without the dog coming as well.
Right.
So you've got to throw him something for him to get his attention, but that doesn't always work. So.
No, of course not. Well, shall we see what happens when you try to leave?
Oh, come on. What? What? Hello? Hello? Hello?
So, on that note, Jan, it's over to you.
Fennell, pleased to meet you. And this, as I gather,
Charlie.
is Charlie. Okay, no problem. Do you want to go through? If you come in that door and the first thing you do is speak to him, then you are signalling to him that he's the leader. Yeah. Think of any household, the first person you speak to is the person in charge.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
So you're giving him, you're actually, if I came in the house and spoke to him straight away, what I'd be saying to him is, you've got to take care of me as well. Now, he doesn't know the rules. He's been making them up as he goes along. So when he jumps up at me, I don't get nasty with him. I've got no right to do that.
No.
I wanted to learn something. And the only way you can learn something is if you're happy, if you're calm enough to take on board the information. So immediately I've asked him to be calmer. You've not paid attention to him, which is fine. Which means we're not going to ignore him all the time, but initially, the coming together after any separation or the perceived danger, these are big, powerful times for a dog when it must communicate. Watch now. You see that jump up wasn't as intense.
Yeah.
He's tried the looking at you, now he's going to try the yipping.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take him, see, right now he's backing away. He doesn't want to be touched on the collar. But every time he starts yipping and creating, we're going to get him outside. He stops and I let him back in. That's a bit confusing for you, but you see how when you are in charge and he does something you don't want, you will eject him from the pack.
Yeah.
But right now to eject him means you're taking him away from his babies, his responsibility, his charges. I mean, I actually want him just to lay down, just to join us, because we're all sat down. Yeah, but if you have to keep telling him to do that, you're getting nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, imagine if somebody...
He's got to want to do it, yeah.
He's got to decide that for himself. And when he does, he's made the right decision. But shouting and hollering and pulling and pushing and getting angry does nothing. It has no place in any form of education. Have you ever been to a training classes where they've... And what did they tell you were doing?
We were telling it was all my fault, really, you know, that I wasn't being firm enough with him and, you know, I had to yank him closer to me and, you know, pull at his lead all the time. If he didn't sit, then push him down.
Yeah. Can you see how... If he believes he's a leader, which he does, he's a leader, he's in charge of you. Oh, well, now we're going to try the toys. We often get this. This is lovely. We've tried the looking at us. We've tried the jumping up. Hasn't worked. We tried the barking. Yeah. Well, now we try the toys. We throw them. Somebody's going to play. You see, look how well trained he's got you. Aren't you good? Oh, I'm so impressed. What a cute dog. See, now we're going to go back to the barking. He's still going to get nothing from you. Nothing at all. And eventually what will happen is if he carries, he's not really carrying on. I'm not bothered about that. He is just a dog that really believes in his own authority. And you're not going to take it away from him by hurting him, by yanking him around or shoving his backside down or being aggressive with him. Because if you're aggressive with a dog, you're removing from him the right to run away, you're going to give him nowhere to go, and he's going to come back at you. Not necessarily bite, but he's either going to scuttle away from you in fear, and once you introduce fear, you know, you've got nothing at all. So what we do is we show him that there are a new set of rules, yours. And the vital part about this is it's not rules because it suits you. It's rules because it's kinder on him. If he is the leader, he is responsible for everybody that comes into this house.
So what do I do when my mum comes round again?
When you people come in, what I want you to do is ignore him completely while he goes through his repertoire. And the repertoire will get shorter and shorter and shorter. He will stop doing it. Because to be the leader, you've got to be the first. No, just push, don't speak, don't speak, don't speak. Don't speak. Like this, look. He started to bark. Without speaking to him, he must not get what he wants, which is you to speak to him. But he must be ejected. Now, when he's quiet for at least 10 seconds, bear in mind, right now, he's thinking, who's this person? I don't know. With my babies. Are my babies safe? Should I be afraid for them? That's long enough. Can you open that door, please? Without speaking, don't look at him. Just permit him into the room silently. Come and sit down again. Take no notice. He's going, the ritual's on again. We have to go through the ritual again. Now, if he starts, that's it. He's got to go through the ritual. Every time you separate. It's vital. A pack will do it every time. So if he starts to bark again, take hold of his collar, out of there. Yes, so.
Bless him.
Yeah. You were cross at him before, weren't you?
Yeah. He used to do me head in all the time.
You thought he did your head in. Well, what do you think we do to him? Yeah, he's going to be fine. And that's in just a few minutes. Yeah. Imagine what it's going to be like when it's after a day or a week or a fortnight. And he won't leap at doors, he won't charge at people. He'll greet them with respect. And that's all you're asking for. You're inviting him to give you respect, not by bullying, when you've been asked to push his backside down and yank him around. I've just got what I wanted. I said I wanted him to lay down. Yeah. Of his own free will. He's done it.
Yeah.
When he's finally convinced the job is not his, he can relax. And you see by his body language he's beginning to sink. And he could even go to sleep because he's handed over the babysitting